Hi everyone, my name is Erica. If this is your first time here, welcome. Today's look is this beautiful fall look inspired by Orpha Zenali, and she is this amazing makeup artist that lives in LA, and she does amazing work. This is the picture I came across and I absolutely fell in love with it. I thought it was so cute, the freckles and the vampy lip. I decided to recreate it, so if you guys are into this look and you want to see how I recreated it, then a bug. If you guys are into this look and want to see how I recreate it, keep on watching. Okay, to start today's look, I'm going to start with moisturizing my face, and I'm going to use the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I use this every day unless I'm trying something new, but I love this cream. It's so lightweight and I feel like it does the job. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that all over my skin before we start and on my neck. Next, I'm going to go in with the Boushy Moisturizing Eye Balm. I don't know why that was like a little tongue twister for me. This is also another product that I use daily and love this product as well. I feel like it just is super light as well and it is really hydrating. Next, I'm going to go in with my Forever 21. Next, I'm going in with my Makeup Forever foundation, and I normally don't start with foundation, but because our eyes are going to be somewhat light, I'm just going to go ahead and start with it. And I'm going to spray my little sponge here, and I'm using the Hangover Primer slash setting spray, and I'm just going to put that all over my skin. This is by far one of my favorite foundations. I just feel like the coverage is great and it just leaves my skin always looking so flawless. Don't forget to blend down to the neck. For concealer, I'm going to go in with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC25. I haven't used this concealer in a while and it's actually one of my favorite concealers. I feel like it definitely does a job. It brightens under my eyes and it doesn't leave too much creasing. I say too much because I already have a natural crease under my eye, so it's almost impossible to not have creasing under my eye, but I feel like it doesn't really, I guess, expose the creasing as much. So again, I'm going to go ahead and just spray this, and then I'm going to start on my chin and just lightly buff that out. And then on my forehead, so I'm going to start on the middle of my face and then I will go under my eye. I like to push the sponge up and towards the lines just to kind of make sure that all of the product is going into those fine lines. And try to get into the inner corners of your eyes. That will help brighten your eyes as well, because we do have darkness in there and a lot of times blue shines through from the blood or the hollowness, so make sure to cover that up. And now to set my concealer, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the product is not built up under my eyes. Like I said, I do have natural creasing there, so it naturally will build up. So I want to make sure not to have too much product under there and to try to absorb it with my beauty blender here or my sponge. And then once it's already absorbed, I'm going to go ahead and get my sponge. And I like to actually use this kind of powder, face powder, and this is the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC30. And I feel like it sets my eyes a lot better than translucent. Whenever I use a translucent powder, for some reason, I feel like the darkness shines through under my eyes and it's just like, I don't know, I just can't ever figure it out. Actually, one of my friends that is a makeup artist told me to try a regular face powder and it's been working for me. I feel like it really does block any of the darkness under my eyes and hollowness. So I've been using this and this works just fine for me. Now that I've set under my eyes, I'm actually gonna set my entire face with the same exact powder, but I'm not gonna use my sponge this time. I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush and I'm gonna use this MAC 138. You can use whatever big fluffy brush you have. It doesn't have to be MAC. And I'm just going to stipple this onto my skin. I feel like stippling is a better way of applying powder for me. I don't know, whenever I think about applying powder over a cream, I feel like if I put it on first, it's gonna move the product, as opposed to placing it on like this, and then you can do more of a dragging motion afterwards. And then just make sure to do circular motions down here to make sure everything's blended out. Whatever motion you guys want. I prefer circular motion. And then I'm gonna go ahead and lightly just feather this onto my skin. And I'm barely touching the powder. I'm literally like dabbing it twice. You can feel, once you do this, you can feel if it's dragging or not. And if it's dragging, you might need to just stipple the product more there. You might have missed a spot. Next, I'm gonna move on to the eyes, but as you can tell, I have already put concealer on. So I'm just gonna go in with a translucent powder, just so my eyeshadow glides on a little bit easier. I accidentally, I don't know how I did it, when I was talking right now, this literally dipped inside of my powder. It was already ready to go, so there's so much powder on there. But all you want to do is just cover the entire lid so that there's no stickiness from the concealer. Basically, you want to make like a clear canvas here. Or blank, not clear, blank canvas. And the color I'm going to use is Saddle by MAC. It's a really warm brown shade. It's great for transition. It's great just to wear on its own. I'm just going to start on the outer corner here and then work my way in. And work the inner corner. Basically, we're just going to do, what we're going to do is just cover the entire lid, but we want it to look kind of like a natural wash, kind of like a natural skin color we have here. You can start wherever. If you want to start in the middle, if you want to start on the sides, it's totally up to you. It doesn't really matter because we are covering the entire eye. I just generally like to start on the edges and work my way in. But like I've said before, it's makeup. There's not any rules. You can always do whatever you want. You don't have to do a certain motion or put on makeup a certain sequence, I guess. It's whatever you want. If you want to put lipstick on before you do anything else, go for it. Okay, so I'm actually going to go in with another color just because this color that is in the picture, I feel like is a little bit more yellow. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of this color. This is called Rubbish, and this is by the Gerard Cosmetics. I'm literally going to just do like 2 little dabs and then tap it off. I'm just going to start in the middle and work my way to the sides. I actually like it in this little combo. It's not like a huge difference, but it's really pretty. I love how warm and I love the yellow undertones. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a clean brush and I'm just going to go over the edges just to make sure everything is blended and diffused really nice. Even though we're not using multiple colors, it's always good to go back in and make sure everything's diffused. You want it to be as seamless as possible. With the same color here, Rubbish, I'm going to go ahead and smudge this underneath my eye. So just going to look up and smudge it under my eye. Next, I'm going to go in and tightline. That just basically means I'm going to put eyeliner on my waterline and on the top of my waterline, I suppose, as well. This is like the worst feeling ever. I hate doing this. When I used to do makeup on people, too, I used to hate doing it to them. Oh, God. It's like ticklish, but annoying. Ugh. I know, like. Okay, next with the same gel liner and the same brush, I'm actually going to go into my lash line and kind of like wiggle this in to cover those lashes. Okay, while my lashes dry, I'm gonna go back in with Rubbish, the yellowish color here, or brownish yellowish color, and I'm going to add it again under my eye. Next, I'm going to go in with Hoola, and I'm going to bronze my face a little bit. I normally don't use a brush this big, but I feel like I've seen people use brushes this big. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's too big. So I like to go in and get the powder and obviously tap it. And then when I'm applying it onto the skin, I'm always using a light pressure and just doing all kinds of different motions. I'm doing back and forth, circular motions, whatever feels right, or wherever it feels like it needs to be, the product. So just do whatever feels right for you. And then for my forehead, I don't like it to look like a ring is around my forehead. So once I've done the sides of my forehead, I like to just go in with the same brush when there's pretty much no product on there and just kind of swipe it over the entire forehead. Just to add color to my nose and make everything kind of tie in together, I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush. This is the Stilazzi brush in L215. This is the same brand that I used the eyeliner with, or the gel liner. For blush, it looks like she's wearing a really pinky blush color, so I'm gonna go in with, what color is this? Desert Rose, and this is by MAC, and I'm going to use this Japanesque brush here, and then I'm just going to tap the excess off and lightly start from the back and move forward. And I'm doing circular motions back and forth. And again, I'm just starting from the back and I'm not lifting the brush. I'm literally just going back and forth with the same motion. Next, we're going to go in with highlight. This is actually one of my favorite highlights. My most favorite highlight is the highlight from Gerard Cosmetics. I think it's called Beverly Hills, but I dropped it and it smashed everywhere. And I tried to save it, but it was just making a mess, so I had to put it to rest. So unfortunately, I don't have that anymore. But this highlighting palette is really great. It's by Sam Marcel. This is what the packaging looks like. Marcel, maybe? I'm like the word, butcher everything. So I'm gonna go in with this color called Dior. It's like D and then Or. Their highlights are really pigmented and really gorgeous. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add this to my high cheekbones. And then whatever's left over, I just like to kind of drag it up. And it looks like she has a little bit on her chin. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my chin. And then of course on the nose. And the bridge of the nose. Now for the fun part, for me at least, this is the fun part. She has freckles on her face. So I'm actually going to use this BH Cosmetics Studio Pro brow palette. And I actually do use this on my brows, but I also use it for freckles. So I'll use a brush like this. This is the 210 brush by MAC. By far one of my favorite eyeliner brushes out there. But I like to use this and just get one of the brown colors, swirl it around in there, tap it, and then we're just gonna go ahead and place our freckles. And then she has freckles on her chin. If you ever feel like the freckles are too dark or you just messed up, it's so easy to fix. All you gotta do is get a brush and kind of buff it out and they become lighter. You can also get your little beauty sponge, and if there's some that you don't feel like you want there, you can just use that to diffuse it. For lips, she has a pretty dark purpley, almost reddish lip. So I'm gonna go ahead and first line my lips, and I'm gonna use Night Moth by MAC. Now that I look like a chola, I'm gonna go in with Gerard Cosmetics in the color Night Rider. I don't even know if they have this anymore. It's kind of an old one. I'm gonna use this one, and I'm also gonna use Black Rose by Dose of Colors, and I'm gonna mix them together because I kind of want like a purple red. Now I'm just going to mix it together. That is it for this tutorial. I hope that it was easy for you guys to follow along. If it was, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And if you're not subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this. And I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.